Hi, Runner939 here. Welcome to my brand new channel. This is my first video, a Masked Heroes deck profile. Got top 4 at my locals last week, and I think this is the best build. I've done some quite extensive testing, and this is the way I think the deck should be played. So, first of all, obviously, it's got to be 3 Shadow Mist. You have to play him at 3. It's got to be done, really. We all know what he does. If you're here, you know how to play him. If he's special summoned, you get to add a Mars change, and if he's sent to the grave, then you get to add a hero from deck to hand. We don't need Stratos. Seriously, he's so much better than Stratos. It'd be nice to have Stratos back, but I think the deck works perfectly well as it is. 2 Bubble Man. I've tested with 3. I think it's cloggy. I think 2's the way to go. I think you do need 2. Don't go any less than that, because it just facilitates your XE's plays. When you special summon him, he really helps with the deck. Just think that 2 is the best choice. Also, you can mask change him into Acid, which helps against loads of decks, seeing as there's some back row hanging about, at least at my locals. I know there's that whole Towers Turbo thing, but the more standard version of Cleaforts, which I think is better, he's really helpful against, just to get rid of that annoying back row that they tend to always have out. 1 Neos Elias, think you need him. 1900 beta, definitely not to be sniffed at. You can also mask change him into Koga. The 1900 is really good against Cleaforts as well. I seem to end up playing them quite a lot. Because he's 1900, he actually can get over all of their just level 4 normal summonable monsters, like when they're level 4. And I've actually beaten them basically just playing beatdown with traps to defend him. It was quite a funny game. It was a good one. 2 Goldberg, 3's cloggy. 2's the way to go, I think. Lets you special summon out your Shadow Mist, and if you don't have a Shadow Mist, then he just facilitates rank 4 plays, which are obviously also really good in this deck. Summon a Monk, similar thing. Great in this deck, helps with your rank 4 plays, and also brings out your Shadow Mist in order to get your Dark Claw, which is obviously the aim of the deck. Spells as well, so yeah, that's 10 monsters. Spells are a little bit different to what most people play. I think this way is better, obviously, but if you've got any different opinions, tell me in the comments, let me know. I would play 1 Mask Charge. I think it's necessary. I've seen lots of people not playing it. Why wouldn't you play it? Such a good card, lets you get back a Mask Change and a hero. Definitely at least play at 1. I've tried with 2, and I thought that was cloggy, because first turn, if you've only got 1, that's fine. You can pitch it with your Summoner Monk, or just set it as a dummy trap or whatever. But if you end up drawing 2 in your first turn, that could be devastating when you've got no way to use it. So I think 1's the way to go. I guess it's personal preference, but yeah, 1 works for me. I like to play 2 Emergency Call. I think it's necessary to play this. It just helps you with your searching when you don't have a Shadow Mist there, and so on. You do play a lot of heroes, and it's just great to do that. But I would side this out game 2 or 3. I think it's great for that, because first game, you just want to get to your end game as fast as you can. If you can get to Dark Claw and they have no answers as quick as possible, then you're usually going to win. This helps you get that first turn Dark Claw, just in case. Side it out game 2 and 3 for some better side deck cards, but that's how I like to play this deck. I definitely think you should run Emergency Call. 3 Mask Change, self-explanatory. You've got to run 3 Mask Change in this deck. Basically how it works, how the whole thing works. 3 Hero Lives. Life points don't really matter, so it's fine, or don't seem to matter usually. Sometimes I'll side out 1 of these game 2, but to be honest, I think 3 is the way to go, because just helps you just helps speed up the deck, and this deck is all about the speed. It's all about beating your opponent to the punch, really. That's how I think this deck should be played. So 3 Hero Lives is definitely necessary. 3 Rota, helps you get your combo pieces quicker. Needs to be played at 3, don't play any less than that. 2 Forbidden Lance, brilliant card. Helps you protect your Dark Claw from both attacks, because obviously you can reduce your opponent's attack, or any effects that would destroy it. It's definitely necessary, like, you need to play it. I've thought about bumping up to 3, but wouldn't really know what to remove for it. I think 2 is probably the right balance. 2 MST. I've seen people not playing this format, but I don't really agree with that. I think that decks like Cleafor and just MST always comes in handy, even if you're blind MSTing things. I don't see why you'd cut it down beyond 2, really. Yeah, I think 2 is definitely the way to go. triple Upstart Goblin brings it down to a 37 card deck. Yeah, I think you should play this. It just helps add consistency again. The extra 1,000 life points to your opponent doesn't usually matter. I mean, this deck, OTK is like anything. You can usually just charge straight through that. It's really easy to do. Side this out game 2 and 3. I think most experienced players will know this, but side it out for your hate. It's what most people do. And it should be done. I didn't know that at the beginning of this, so I thought I'll tell you all just to make sure you know that. Book of Moon, great card, especially against Burning Abyss, just a great card in general, lets you dodge things that would have negated your monster's effects when they're face up in the field, lets their effect still go through, things like that. You probably all know how Book of Moon works, and Raigeki should be played, especially with Darkler out, just lets you banish a whole field of your opponents. Great card. That is 21 spells. Now let's move on to the traps. So 9 traps. Let's play a 40 card deck. Always play the minimum. As you all know, I think 3 Fiendish Chain. I think 3 is the way to go. I don't really find it clogs my back row that much, and Fiendish Chain is just such a great card. I think 3 is definitely necessary. It's what you should all be playing 3. 2 Mirror Force. Great in conjunction with Darklaw. Again, it lets you banish your opponent's field. I think in this deck you should be playing the 2 Mirror Force. 2 Call of the Haunted. I really like this in this deck. Lets you bring back your Shadow Mists and other heroes. Just helps facilitate your plays. Not usually that dead, because you can usually get something into grave first turn or start of your opponent's first turn, so it's fine. I've seen people play 3 of these and some Oasis of Dragon Souls. I've played with 3 and I found that a bit cloggy. I think 2 is the way to go, especially if you're running 3 Fiendish Chain. Maybe if you're running less Fiendish Chain, then play more of these, but this is the way I like to play it. This is the one I think works. 1 Vanity's Emptiness, you know how that works, and 1 Solemn Warning. I know Hero Lives makes you lose life points, but Solemn Warning is too good to not have. Most of the time it's live anyway, and this in conjunction with Darklaw wins you games, so stopping your opponent doing stuff is always a good thing. Okay, let's go on to the extra deck. Okay, the fusions first. We play, obviously, MVP of the deck. The reason the deck's good. 3 Darklaw. You all know what it does. Banish your opponent's monsters. If they search, banish your opponent's cards. If they search, you get to banish 1 from hand. Too good, too good. 1 Anki. I think he's worth playing. It lets you search your Mask Change so that you can then change him into a Darklaw. He's just great if you need to get it over something. Acid, get rid of your opponent's back row. As I said, I still see a lot of back row about, so I definitely think he's necessary. Koga, really good card. He can be a Towers Out even if your opponent's a bit stupid and summons out an extra monster, but he's a great card in general. Now on to the Xyz. Most important Xyz, Diagristo Emerald. You need to play this guy. You'll run out of resources quite quickly in this deck, and he just lets you keep those plays going. Lets you recycle your Shadow Mist and Bubble Man. Lets you keep going, and obviously lets you draw a card in the meantime. Diagristo Emerald, you definitely need him to play this deck. Like MVP, seriously. 1 Silent Honor Arc. Great card, still, I think. Just as good as Castell. I prefer running 1 of each instead of just 2 Castells. Personal preference though, I guess. Obviously Castell. Abyss Dweller for all those graveyard using decks, because we can have some problems with things like shadows in this deck, but that's the way to go. Ragnar Zero helps out with Cleese, I think. It's a great card. Cowboy steals games. You need that Cowboy for game. Blade Armor Ninja helps facilitate over OTKs, lets you attack twice. I've thought of taking this out for a Gagaga Samurai, but at the moment I like how this is. You get slightly more damage out of this ninja, although you do get that extra effect on the Cowboy, on the Samurai that lets you defend your Dark Lord. So personal preference really, I guess. Excalibur towers out 4,000 attack, not something to be sniffed at, or gets 4,000 attack with this effect. Dark Rebellion, I love this card. Personal preference again, but I love Dark Rebellion. I think it's a good card to play. Also, awesome in the anime, I have to say. Now on to the side deck. Obviously, tailor this to your locals, but this is how I like to play it. 2 Maxi, great card, always good against decks that special summon. I generally will always put this in my side. I think it's worthwhile. Royal Command. Again, I said we have a tough time with shadows. Really helps us out with that. Mind Crush, any deck that search, really useful against, especially Cleaver and Necros, so you tends to come up a lot. It's a great card. I don't think it's worth maining it, just due to space reasons, but it's just a good card to have around. Fairy Wind, all those pendulum decks, yeah, it's definitely worth having. Yeah, I think it's needed, something to get rid of the back row as well. Some of the face up like YUGIOH it can be good against too. 3-row agree. Again, YUGIOH and Cleaver, or any back row decks really. It's really annoying. I tend to side out a lot of my traps from siding this in for other stuff. The remaining MST, I think you should be playing 3 around between all your cards. Like 3 is necessary really in total. Where you put them extra on main is personal preference. 2 Effect Veiler, great card, especially against Necros. It's just a really good card at the moment. I think it should be run. And 1 Thunderkin. I don't think he conflicts that much with the deck. He's actually great. I've thought about maining him. If you play him, just make sure you play him after you've done all your players, obviously. So if you've got him and Darkler out, though, that is a combo to beat, because obviously you can negate their special summons with him if you want to, and they can't even search, so it's just a really great combo to have out. So I may move him into the main. Okay, that is my deck profile. Thank you for watching. First video, as I said. Any content you'd like to see, please let me know. Anything that was wrong with this video or improvements I can make, also please let me know in the comments. Any subscribers I can get, I would be happy with. Can you just, if there's anything you want me to do, I think I'll definitely be doing more deck profiles in the future. I may do a couple of discussion videos, maybe a few duels between me and my friends I can put on. And yeah, thank you for watching.